I wanted to make a short video here on how to use the ADGA genetics website. This is a database of all registered goats' pedigrees. It's adgagenetics.org. So here's the main page. I have all the tabs up here. I'll just go through those in separate videos as much as I can. This won't be the best explanation ever because I've barely scratched the surface on all the tools that this site has, but there are no videos out there on how to use this site, so I wanted to get some information out anyway for beginners, at least, because that's about how far I am. For at least beginners to scratch the surface with what they can do with this site. So the first thing we can look at is pedigrees. This is all registered goats with the ADGA. Keep in mind that it may take up to 2 weeks, up to a month, for a registered goat to be added to the site because it is not the ADG site. This is run by a private breeder who gets the files from the ADGA and puts them in here. So, for example, let's just look up a goat. I have Alpines, and so we're going to look up a well-known Alpine herd name. And these are all of her goats under the Tempo Aquila name, or Aquila, whichever you want to say it. And then we can sort these by breed. This is American, and then they have the other kinds on here too. And purebred, recorded grade, experimental, I'm not sure what BR is. And then you can change this to what breed. In this case, Aquila is Alpines, so we won't worry about that. If we change it just to Tempo, which is actually her herd name, this would be La Manchas and Sonans as well, so then we could change them and sort them by breeds. And then you can also sort them by gender. And then you can say list by breed, or these other options here. Evidently she has had 2 polled goats. Anyway, and you can also list them by whether or not they've been evaluated, which is linear appraisal, or collected in type in the case of bucks. If you were going to be buying some semen, you could use this to make sure that they have a collection on file before you bought it. Superior genetics, birth date, so that's that. And then over here we can change this to name contains. So say you know there's a goat named Minx, but you're not sure of the herd name. Well, you can look it up here. Here's all the goats with the word Minx in their name. And this is the one I was looking for because it's mine. Anyway, we'll go back. So you can go by name contains, or you can go by registration number, which I don't have any of my registration numbers on hand right now. And there's something weird about this. On your papers it'll say AA and then the numbers. You don't put the AA in here when you're searching for registration numbers. You just put the numbers, or you can put a 0 in front of it. So you can look for polled. This is just all polled goats. Or no, it's not. We have it on Alpines and bucks. Okay. So put it back to name starts with. Maybe I'll just reset all this. Oh, and also for this birth date here. Tempo has been breeding goats for, I don't know, 40 or 50 years, so we can do it by birth date and choose which year we want and sort her goats plus or minus 5 years up to 20 years, or no, plus or minus 1 year up to 20 years. So if we know a goat was born in a certain time frame but we can't remember the name, we can search it through here just by how many years. So now that we've done that, after you find the goat you want, we're going to look for a doe, because this is on buck still. We're going to look for a doe that has been evaluated, so I can show you that. Let's click this one. So this is her pedigree. It goes back quite a few generations, and then if you click on these, it'll also go to their pedigree and back, it's a long ways. And if we click inbreeding, it shows us who she is inbred on. And in this case, she doesn't have a line breeding, so I'll have to find a buck and go on that. Maybe, yeah, I'll do that later. So then we can look at her kids, all her registered kids, and we can click on these and go to them too. And there's this linear history. You can see their appraisal scores. They have everything on here except for teat length. Teat length only is for your purposes, I guess, and they did not put it on this site. But all the other scores are on here. Tells you what year, and this is for linear traits and structural traits. And you have the final score down here. And this is the production part. Now, this is new. It used to open up just on a separate page, but it was open to the public. Now you have to create a new account if you want to look into this. I haven't done that, but it's free, so you can just create an account if you want to look at the DHI records of the stow. And then we can look at production evaluation and type evaluation. I'm not exactly sure what this part is. I've never understood that, even though I've heard it several times explained. I still never understood it. But for this chart, what we're looking at is this line in the middle is where is the Alpine breed average. And so we can look, it's just an easy graph to look at where she is compared to average Alpines. This is lower, this is higher. So teat diameter, she has wider teats than most Alpines, but udder depth, she has a lower score in udder depth than most Alpines. And that correlates to this, so I kind of understand the PTA, but not really. It's something to do with where they stand in the average of the Alpine breed, these numbers here. But I don't understand them, so you'll have to research that on your own. Okay, so I'm going to find a buck now to show you what I thought I could show you earlier. I have to find a little bit of an older buck. Let's find freelance. He's well inbred or line bred on. So right here it says DNA collection on file. This tells you that he has been DNA'd and that he has a collection on file. So if you are going to AI to him, you can register his kids because the collection is on file. So inbreeding, again, that's who he's inbred on. Line breeding is who is inbred on him. So if I have a freelance granddaughter and I breed her to freelance, she will show up in this section here. And then one more thing is down here, you can format page for printing. This is what you want to do if you want to link this somewhere. Because if you link this page, it won't work. So you have to press format page for printing, and then on that new tab, copy and paste this link if you want to link their pedigree to some website. So those are just the basics of using ADGA genetics, and in the next video we'll go a little bit more into creating your own username and using more of the tools on this.